Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm Sir James coming at you guys with another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at this massive quarter scale Darth Vader figure made by Hot Toys, though this particular item is exclusive to Sideshow Collectibles, as you can see from the sticker right up here. And so before we get into it, this video was made possible courtesy of Xander and his family once again. They have brought over this item so that way I may unbox and showcase it to you guys. And so, well, let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So what I want to go ahead and do is just basically kind of get to the main point to where I'm going to be putting these gloves on. Because again, since this is not my product, I want to make sure that I'm not getting fingerprints and stuff on it. That's why I put this nice tablecloth on here. So let's go ahead and start by removing the side panel here. Which, by the way, I guess before we get into it, check out this box. I like this box. When I uploaded the photo, a lot of you guys thought it was just a Darth Vader helmet. This is a figure, alright? But I love that Darth Vader helmet right there. It's got the sizing right here. I got a little measuring tape off the side so you can see how it's measured up together with just the figure and with the display stand. So it's got all the basic information. It's got Disney down here. And no photos, just a bunch of trademark stuff. But yeah, this is going to be very, very cool. So what we have to do is that we just have to lay this on the side here. And we should be able just to push out the box like so. Alright. So once we do that, we could go ahead and carefully move this item down on the top portion here. You have Darth Vader. He doesn't have his helmet on there, so that's pretty neat. My camera focusing work? Okay. I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard to see how everything's in focus. I'm doing face tracking, but I'll be giving you guys close-ups as we go along. But definitely like the look of that, because there is that particular head sculpt. And once we remove this, we're presented with the figure. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and don the gloves. Because from this point on, everything is quarantined, nothing gets in or out. Okay, so I'll show you guys what I'm seeing here. Again, inside you have this massive Darth Vader figurine, and this is a large box. I can't stress that enough. Go ahead and carefully put this down. So the first thing that we have here is a head sculpt. Dang, this is quite large. I have never held or seen a quarter scale figure before, but yeah, quite the difference here. Now, this particular figure has a few different displaying options. One of them is that you could display him where his helmet is off. But the head sculpt in general looks very, very well done. It's just so lifelike, like straight out of the movies. Very cool indeed. It's got all the wrinkles. It's got the scarring on his face and on top of the head. Kind of like that scarring the, what's his name from Star Wars has that ended up getting killed off. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm just geeking out about this one right now. But I just love that head sculpt. It looks very, very well done. Go ahead and set this carefully over here. And I do have a screwdriver on the standby because I believe this also has light up features with the chest box. And I think it has a glowing lightsaber, but we'll see. In here we have two extra, these are large pegs right here. So if one of them ends up breaking, at least you got a couple backups. Alright, let's go ahead and just put the padding, I guess, over here for now. And yeah, let's just go ahead and carefully remove him. Not sure what the best way to go about it. Maybe we could just remove this part first. Yeah, let's do that way. We'll save Darth Vader for last. We'll build up the height for this guy. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Darth Vader over here on the corner because there's a lot more things inside the box here. Alright, inside the box you got this another large packaging here. So we're going to go ahead and move this box out of the way. Make some space to work here. Alright, so we got a couple main sections. And oh my gosh, that is a lot of batteries. So first section here, what do we have? We have, I guess it's just the hands right here. Alright. So that off to the side. Okay, I'm like running out of space to work with here. I got this large empty box from this arcade cabinet over here. Then I got this large Vader box right here. Alright, let's go ahead. These are some large hands, that's for sure. Okay, so he's got different grips here. Actually, these feel really nice, by the way. So this... Okay, so he's got a fist. This is another open hand. I think these are the hands where, you know, where you have his hands resting onto his belt. I believe that is what these ones are for. And then he's also got another hand here. Well, technically missing a hand at this point. But this one, you could see like the wirings and stuff like that. Because again, you know, he's got the robotic hand going on when his hand was sliced off by his son. But that looks very, very nicely detailed, by the way. I like the wiring, some color. There's some red, there's some blue and black. So that looks really, really cool. And you can see the hole there. It's nicely done. Oh, then we have another one where it's like a pointing type finger. Then we have an open hand here, kind of like using the force. I mean, just the headpiece and the hands, that's all we got so far, and I'm already geeking out over this thing. Oh, then we have another one. This is like the scene where when they go into Cloud City, and then they got that dinner scene where Vader's holding out his weapon to block the blasters. He's got that. This is probably used for something else, but that's what this hand is reminding me of instantly. You have another hand kind of like reaching out, or maybe another form of the force, but you know, when I do some photo and posing options, we'll see what we could work with. And that's pretty much it for that initial packaging. Moving on over here, we got just more stuff aligned here. We have the initial base, the stand that this thing is going to be on. If you wanted to use it, you don't necessarily have to if you don't have the space for it. There's an on and off switch down here, so we're going to have some light up functions. The base here is lightweight, like pretty much hollow for the most part. I wish it was, or maybe there's another part to this. Because there's this piece here, maybe this goes on the bottom. It appears so. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this has got to be the base, because right here it says Star Wars Darth Vader. Because I was going to say, man, I wish it had more weight so it could kind of be stable a little bit, but if it just connects here, then technically that's not really going to be an issue. Alright, that just rests in there, so never mind, you don't have to worry about it being stable. That's just going to be good enough right there. So check that out. Pretty sweet. I just got to make sure I put the batteries in, which I think I have to take this off. Anyways, it's alright. It's not like it clipped right in. So we're going to go ahead and put you over here. Next up, we have a saber. This is one of the effect ones. I'm just going to keep this one in its packaging, but you know, some of the Jedi-related characters or Sith, they usually have a couple of different lightsaber options. You got the standard one, and then you got the one that has the swinging motion, but this is nicely wrapped. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it that way because I don't really have any plans on posing it with this particular effect piece. But it's there as an option. Ooh, look at his lightsaber. Okay, just want to make sure. Yep, the lightsaber is perfectly straight, no issues. Ooh, I like the, that's pretty cool. So this one's got, you know, the two D rings going on. And I like the fact that it's an actual ring instead of just like a fixed piece. So that's pretty sweet. Does the blade remove? I don't think it does, unless if he has an extra blade somewhere. Okay, I'm just gonna, don't want to mess with that too much just in case if I break something. So here we have a post, so this will help him stand. So this will go just Oh wait, this goes, I think, all the way down. Maybe I have to move this. Yeah, I think it goes something like that, but I'll do the whole assembly thing. Actually, no, I think I got it right now. Okay, I'll deal with that afterwards, see how that goes. And then see inside here, what is this? Maybe I'm supposed to put this in first. Take this off, plug this in. Back here. Or maybe this goes the other way around. Okay. Aha, I figured it out. So that one piece kind of goes in the back here. You just secure that into place. Then you should go ahead and insert this right in here. Alright. And then you have a ton of batteries. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 batteries to install. Thankfully it's provided. And then it looks like you got a little clip here to help support him. Alright, so there you go. That's the base. And then what else we got here? Oh, we have another display piece here. And just let me make sure this is all. Alright. So this is pretty neat right here, where you could actually take the head, like depending on how you want to display, you know, if you want to with his original helmet on, you could also use this if you're not using one of the other pieces to put the helmet onto, just as head sculpts, which should just slide right in, I assume. Alright, there we go. So you got part of his helmet bringing out that character. That looks pretty neat. And then I know this has a light up feature, so this one we're going to probably have to install batteries. Yep, battery compartment down there. And then we just have Darth Vader, so let's go ahead and put you there. We're going to bring you over here. And then we're going to go ahead and carefully get Darth Vader out. And man, oh man, what a large figure. Holy crap, look at this guy. He is huge. Put you down there. Alright, so there's his helmet. Let's go ahead and just set him down really quick. Now for his helmet, you could actually take the helmet and I'm not sure how this, I think it's a magnet. Yeah, it feels like a magnet. It's kind of hard to see because it's like dark in the crevice where the helmet technically goes. Something like that, but you guys will see it better when I do the whole photo shoot and give you guys a closer look. So we got the boots here. Go ahead and get this exposed. Alright, his boots are ready to go. He's got nothing on his gloves. Then you got the little paper thing for the cape. That slides right off. Okay, we got the chest box uncovered, and I think last but not least we just have the head. Let's see. Alright. Now Darth Vader gets see finally. So how do we get this piece off? Oh, just pop the head off. It's alright, it's meant to do that. Okay, so now the way they have the head sculpt set up is that if you're going to be displaying Darth Vader with his helmet on, the way they did it is that there's another head sculpt here, except this one has no face. Unlike the original one here where you can actually see his face, this one is just, it's flat. You do have the grooves and stuff like that, the scarring on his top of his head and towards the back area, but the front is just blank, and there's actually a magnet right here. Basically just take this piece here and it just, yeah, pops right into place, and then the helmet should simply just come over you just gotta find that crevice there. Ah, there we go. It's a very nice looking Darth Vader helmet. Let's go ahead and set this guy up. I will say, actually, I think we should put his head on first before I talk about him, because I don't want to talk about a headless Darth Vader. Alright. Okay, you got it. Do it from the back and moving forward. Okay, so again, here is Darth Vader. This is a massive figure, that's for sure. Wait, he's standing on his own. Hey, look at that. Oh, he's starting to fall back a little bit. But yeah, he could stand on his own, that's for sure. I just need to do some adjustments, but I'll do the adjustments when I do the photo opportunity, because obviously I'm going to need to take time off camera to install the batteries and kind of go from there. But just kind of a first glance before I mess with them even further, I do love his cape here. It's got a really nice heavy feel to it. It looks good all the way around. That's for sure. I don't see any issues. I mean, as far as all the pieces that I pulled out, I didn't see anything that looked like it had some form of issues. Once I installed the batteries, I just need to make sure all the LEDs work for all these different pieces that came with it. But the main headpiece, this helmet piece here, again, you could easily change it out, and you will see that once I do the photos. All look really good. It's got this really nice shine to him, which is the other reason why I'm wearing gloves, because not only is this not my item, but I just didn't want to get my fingerprints all over it, that's for sure. But yeah, this nice cloth material all the way down from his main chest onward, including his cape, and then his main body as far as like his outfit. It's got this nice heavy duty material all the way around. So that is very cool. The buttons are not activated. I know there's probably a switch, so I need to figure out how to install these batteries. That's probably going to be the most pain in the butt and long process. Oh, okay, so for the arms, I'm noticing, because some of the figures, they're just kind of, you tilt it. Here, there's kind of like a click. So it's like locking it into place wherever you put it. Okay, okay. I think that works out, so you know it's going to be locked. It's not going to droop down or anything like that. Sweet, sweet. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is that I'm going to now install the batteries, and then in the process I'm also going to do some posing options, and then I'll come back to you guys with a final verdict of what do I think about this figure. I mean, so far, first impressions, I'm really loving what I see here. And I can't wait to see what we could possibly do with him even more. But until then, I'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed a couple of those photos and some of the close-ups. I will say that when I was posing this guy after I was done with the assembly process, it was scary. I mean, I did look at the manual and look at what the limitations. Obviously, you're not going to have Darth Vader in any crazy dramatic poses. You know, he's wearing this heavy suit, so his movement and body language is going to be quite limited to what we've seen in the films, of course. And yeah, because he was fresh out of the box, just how he posed, it was just, oh man, just the sounds I was hearing was so scary. I was so worried half the time. But in terms of some of the limitations, yeah, keep in mind this is what range of movement you're going to get. As far as his kneecaps can bend at a 90-degree angle. As far as how his legs can kick outwards, it's about 70 degrees. The reason why I'm not messing with the figure doing that is because, again, since this is not mine, I just don't want to risk doing anything to it major. As far as the arms, it could bend back at about a 70-degree angle. His, of course, the joints and the elbows can bend at 90 degrees, which works great because it basically locks into place every time you move that component. As far as his arm can come out at about 90 degrees as well, and his arms are able to come out at about a 70-degree angle as well. So that basically works out quite well. You should be able to get most of, if not all, the iconic poses that we've seen Darth Vader. Like right now, he's in a pose where he's got his arm basically on his little box mechanism that is on his belt, and then he's basically utilizing the Force to force choke someone, which I think this is a really nice iconic pose to have him in for sure. But there's plenty of different ways to go about it. Now, a few things I'm going to go ahead and also point out is that while assembling this and putting all the batteries, I did contact the person who owns this figure, because the box on his left-hand side, that doesn't light up at all. And I did check all the batteries are fine, but just that particular box does not light up. The one on the right-hand side does work, and for the chest box, in order to get access to that, it basically just pops off. Very easy, and you just flip the switch if you want it on. You could just have it off if you want it off. But, I mean, everything else, it was basically straightforward. The other cool thing that I like about this particular piece is that you have this really nice stand to go along with it. And I will mention that for this stand, you will need to provide at least 3 AAA batteries of your own. Those are not included. You just have batteries for all the little stuff on Vader and this stand over here. But this main base will require 3 AAA batteries. The base lights up with the grill. You got the nice symbol here with the Empire and a couple of the lights here, so when you have this in the dark, it should look pretty nifty for sure. And the other cool thing that I like about this as well is this thing. You know, because you have the alternate headpiece, depending on how you want him displayed, you know, whether you have this piece on him or vice versa, you could basically have this here like it is right now. The other option is that if you're using this head on the main body itself, you could bring his helmet over here, have that displayed. You got this like little faint, not a faint, but a decent lit red light just above here to kind of get just that nice little subtle D going on. Again, you have a few options you can mess around with. It's all about personal preference here, but I do like that, and the fact that you could have this displayed right next to it instead of just having it in the box like some of the figures do. The other thing that I personally like is in regards to his lightsaber here. Now, usually with the Hot Toys figures, the way lightsabers have been working now for some of the figures is that you have a particular arm, and that arm has batteries in it, and there's a lightsaber fixed to that hand. And then that's basically how those would work. This one here, this doesn't have a special arm that requires batteries. The batteries are in the lightsaber hilt itself. And all you have to do is just remove this little side panel here, and then you have to toggle the little switch. If you guys could see it there, this is already emitting the lights. And all you need to do is just take the blade, which again was a little bit stuck at first, and then now you have a lit lightsaber. But I think that's pretty cool. The fact that it's its own separate thing is really, really neat. I wish more figures would do that more often. Then you can just simply take this when it's not in use and put it onto his belt clip, onto the side of his belts. And of course, fix them back up. And then you are essentially good to go. But overall, like I said, this figure is very nice. As you can see, it's quite large. And I do have a measuring tape over here. So when he is currently on, like with the base and all, he stands roughly 26 inches tall, so that's a pretty good size indeed. Now, if he wasn't on the stand, you know, if it was just him, he's about, you know, let's see here, just a little shy of 20 inches. So definitely not too bad. So it kind of gives you an idea in terms of what we can work with as far as your initial display area. As far as the DTOF, I don't think he's going to fit in the DTOF unless if you put him on the bottom and remove one of the glass panels. But yeah, this figure's nice. His chest box, you got the lights glowing like how they're supposed to. The lights over here again work again with just that one issue. But I mean, there's nothing really that I have negative besides just that one box not working. But he should be able to contact Sideshow and go from there and either get a replacement for the figure or just a replacement for the part. But let me know what you guys think about this piece in the comment section down below. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.